Your dashboard lights up and you think, hey, the car is still running, can't be that bad. That exact thought is why your neighbor's oil light ended in a $4,200 engine replacement. Dashboard warning lights are your car's way of screaming that something expensive is about to break. But here's the crazy part. Most people completely misunderstand what these lights actually mean. They think a check engine light means the engine is broken, or that a battery light means they need a new battery. Dead wrong on both counts. These myths about warning lights cost drivers thousands every year in repairs that could have been prevented with the right action at the right time. Warning light number 4 is the real killer. Most people think it just means their car is running a little hot, but ignoring this light can and cost you over $6,000. Welcome to Built-in Boost, where we break down the hype, cut through the marketing, and give you the real story behind the badge. Like this video if you want to avoid expensive surprises, and let us dive into what these lights really mean. Number 1, check engine light. Most people think the check engine light means their engine is about to explode and they need to pull over immediately. In reality, this light rarely means your engine itself is broken. It is actually your car's computer telling you that something in the emission system is not working right, and you can usually keep driving safely. The check engine light monitors over 100 different sensors and systems that control how your engine burns fuel and manages exhaust. When one of these sensors gives a bad reading, the light comes on to warn you that your car is polluting more than it should or not running as efficiently as designed. Your engine keeps running fine, but something needs attention. Here's where people mess up. They either panic and think they need a new engine, or they completely ignore it for months, thinking it will go away on its own. Both reactions cost money unnecessarily. Panicking leads to expensive dealership visits for simple fixes, while ignoring it lets small problems turn into major failures. The most common check engine light causes are oxygen sensors, catalytic converters, mass airflow sensors, and EV system leaks. An oxygen sensor costs $200 to $400 to replace, but ignoring it can destroy your catalytic converter, which runs $1,500 to $3,000. A loose gas cap can trigger the light, but leaving it loose lets fuel vapors escape and damages expensive emissions components over time. The smart move when your check engine light comes on is getting the diagnostic codes read at any auto parts store for free. Those codes tell you exactly what sensor or system triggered the light. Most check engine light problems are not emergencies, but they all get worse and more expensive if you ignore them completely. You can drive with the check engine light on, but get it diagnosed within a week or two. Fix small problems before they destroy expensive parts, and your car will run better while costing way less to maintain. Number 2, oil pressure light. Most people think the oil pressure light means they are low on oil and just need to add a quart or two. This deadly mistake destroys more engines than almost any other dashboard light, because the oil pressure light has nothing to do with how much oil you have. It means your oil is not circulating properly and your engine is about to seize up. Your engine has an oil pump that pushes oil through passages to lubricate pistons, bearings, and camshafts. The oil pressure light monitors the pressure of that flowing oil, not the amount sitting in your oil pan. You can have a full oil pan but zero oil pressure. If your pump fails, your oil pickup gets clogged, or your oil becomes too thick to flow properly. When this light comes on, metal parts inside your engine are grinding against each other without lubrication. Every second you keep driving creates permanent damage that gets worse fast. Pistons score cylinder walls, bearings melt down, and connecting rods can actually snap and punch holes through your engine block. The worst part is how quickly this damage happens. You might have 30 seconds to 2 minutes before your engine locks up completely and becomes unrepairable scrap metal. That confident drive to the nearest parts store to buy oil can turn into an $8,000 engine replacement in less than a mile. Here's what really happens. People see the oil pressure light, check their dipstick, see oil on it, and figure they are fine to keep driving. Meanwhile, their oil pump just failed and no oil is reaching critical engine parts. The engine makes horrible knocking sounds for about 30 seconds, then seizes completely. The only correct response to an oil pressure light is stopping immediately and shutting off your engine. Do not drive another foot. Call for a tow truck and have your car properly diagnosed. That $150 tow bill might save you from an $8,000 engine replacement. Number 3, battery light. Most people think the battery light means their battery is dying and they have maybe a few days to replace it before getting stuck somewhere. Wrong. The battery light means your alternator stopped charging your electrical system, and you have about 30 minutes of driving time before everything shuts down completely. Your alternator generates electricity while your engine runs and keeps your battery charged. The battery light monitors the charging system, not the battery itself. When this light comes on, your alternator belt broke, your alternator failed, or the connections got corroded. Your battery is now running everything by itself with no way to recharge. Here is the dangerous part most people miss. Modern cars are electrical nightmares that drain batteries fast. Your fuel injection, ignition system, power steering, and engine computer all need constant electricity to work. When the alternator stops working, you are driving on borrowed time until your battery dies and leaves you stranded. The typical mistake goes like this. Battery light comes on, driver figures they have have plenty of time to get home or to the parts store, then suddenly everything goes dead in the middle of traffic. No power steering, no engine, no hazard lights, just a dangerous situation that could have been avoided. You might get 20 to 45 minutes of driving time depending on your battery condition and how much electrical stuff your car is running. Headlights, air conditioning, and radio drain the battery faster. Cold weather makes batteries weaker and cuts your driving time even shorter. A new alternator costs $400 to $800 installed, but getting stranded in traffic or on the highway can cost way more in towing fees, missed work, and safety risks. Plus, running your battery completely dead shortens its life and might leave you buying both parts. When the battery light comes on, head straight to the nearest repair shop. Turn off everything electrical you do not absolutely need, and do not make any unnecessary stops. Number 4, temperature light. Most people think the temperature light just means their car is running a little hot and they can keep driving as long as they watch it carefully. This is the most expensive mistake you can make because an overheating engine destroys itself in minutes, not hours, and the damage costs more than most cars are worth. When your engine overheats, the metal parts expand beyond their design limits and start warping permanently. Cylinder heads crack, head gaskets blow out, and pistons can actually melt and weld themselves to the cylinder walls. This is not gradual damage that builds up over time. It happens fast and destroys everything it touches. Here is what really kills engines. People see the temperature light, feel heat coming from the vents, and think they can carry it to the nearest repair shop. They drive slowly, turn the heat on full blast, and pray they make it. Meanwhile, their engine temperature is climbing past 250 degrees and cooking everything inside. The absolute worst thing you can do is keep driving when this light comes on. Every minute of driving with an overheated engine causes thousands in damage. Aluminum cylinder heads warp at high temperatures and never seal properly again. Head gaskets blow out and let coolant mix with oil, which destroys bearings and internal parts. A typical overheating repair starts at $1,500 for a new radiator or water pump, but jumps to $4,000 to $8,000 when you need cylinder heads, head gaskets, or a complete engine replacement. Most overheated engines are total losses because the repair costs more than buying a different car. The only safe response to a temperature light is stopping immediately, shutting off your engine, and calling for help. Sharp. Do not try to limp to a repair shop or drive home slowly. Let your engine cool down completely before even checking coolant levels. That $200 tow truck call saves you from a $6,000 engine rebuild that turns your car into expensive scrap metal. Number 5, ABS light. Most people think the ABS light means their brakes are failing and they need to stop driving immediately. In reality, your regular brakes work perfectly fine when the ABS light is on. You just lose the anti-lock feature that prevents skidding during emergency stops. ABS stands for anti-lock braking system, and it only kicks in during hard braking to prevent your wheels from locking up and sliding. When this light comes on, your car's computer detected a problem with the ABS sensors, pump, or control module. Your normal braking system keeps working exactly like cars did for decades before ABS existed. The confusion happens because people think ABS controls all their braking, but it is actually a separate system that only helps during panic stops. You can drive safely with the ABS light on, but you need to adjust your driving style for situations where ABS would normally save you from skidding. Here is where it gets expensive if you ignore it completely. ABS problems often start with dirty or damaged wheel speed sensors that cost $100 to $200 each to replace. Ignoring these small issues can lead to ABS pump failure, which runs $1,500 to $2,500 to replace because it requires special bleeding procedures and expensive parts. The real danger comes in emergency situations where you slam on the brakes. Without ABS, your wheels can lock up and send you sliding instead of stopping. You have to pump the brakes manually like drivers did before ABS, which takes practice and quick thinking most people do not have. Winter driving becomes much more dangerous without ABS because ice and snow make wheel lockup more likely. You lose that safety net that automatically prevents skidding during sudden stops. When your ABS light comes on, you can keep driving normally but get it diagnosed soon. Avoid hard braking situations and drive more carefully in bad weather until you get the system fixed. Number 6, tire pressure monitoring light, TPMS. Most people think the TPMS light means they have a flat tire and need to pull over right away. Actually, this light usually comes on when your tires are just 5 to 10 pounds low on air pressure, which is completely safe to drive on but costs you money in other ways. TPMS stands for Tire Pressure Monitoring System, and it warns you when any tire drops below the recommended pressure. The light looks like a tire with an exclamation point, and it comes on way before you have an actual flat tire. Your tires might feel perfectly normal to drive on even with the light glowing. Here's the expensive part most people miss. Underinflated tires wear out much faster and kill your gas mileage. Tires that are 10 pounds low can wear out 25% faster, which means replacing a $600 set of tires every 40,000 miles instead of every 60,000 miles. Low tire pressure also increases rolling resistance, which drops your fuel economy by 2 to 4 miles per gallon. The mistake people make is either panicking and thinking they have a dangerous flat tire, or completely ignoring the light for months because the car drives fine. Both reactions cost money unnecessarily. Panicking leads to unnecessary roadside stops, while ignoring it wastes money on gas and tire replacement. Cold weather triggers TPMS lights more often because tire pressure drops about 2 pounds for every 10 degrees the temperature falls. This is normal and just means your tires need a few pounds of air, not replacement. When your TPMS light comes on, check your tire pressure within a day or two and add air as needed. Most gas stations have air pumps, and proper tire pressure saves money on both gas and tire replacement while keeping you safer on the road. There you have it, 6 dashboard lights that most drivers completely misunderstand until they get hit with massive repair bills. The difference between a $200 fix and a $6,000 disaster is knowing what these lights actually mean and taking the right action at the right time. Stop letting dashboard lights turn into expensive surprises. Your car is trying to save you money by warning you before things break completely, but only if you know how to listen to what it is really saying. The next time one of these lights pops up, you will know exactly what to do instead of guessing and hoping for the best. That knowledge alone could save you thousands over the life of your car. If this video just saved you from an expensive repair, hit that like button and hit subscribe for more ways to keep your car running without emptying your wallet. We break down car problems every week so you never get caught off guard. Drop a comment and tell us which light has fooled you before. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.